Guess what? I finally bought my dream Lego set that I've ever wanted. A motorized Lego train. So let's take a look at this bad boy. All aboard! Toot toot! Hello everybody, my name's Andrew from BrickMeisterZ with my review of a retired Lego set, the Disney Train and Station. This is set number 71044 and it has a total of 2,295 pieces. This set first came out back in 2019 for $330 and then it was retired at the end of 2021. I remember seeing it on display when I was visiting the Lego store, but never got a chance to buy it. But now I have it after when I ordered it from eBay for like $400. And celebrate the Disney company turning 101 years old this year in 2024. Why not take a look back at it and see what impact it had 5 years ago? The first minifigure is Mickey Mouse in his conductor outfit. And this design is very different compared to the other version that came in the Disney 100 Celebration train set from last year. You know, that 1/4+ set. But besides that, this version has exclusive printing of the red bandana and blue overalls around the torso. Next is Minnie, and her red polka dot dress is almost similar to that version from the 2016 Disney Castle set. And yes, the head and bow are both the same, but the torso, legs, and skirt are very different. The skirt itself is a cloth design instead of a plastic design, which kind of makes sense because female minifigures can sit. Comparing the torsos and legs, the castle version only has polka dots on the front and back, as well as white hips above her shoes. And the one from this set only has buttons and a collar. There's also side arm printing for the sleeves, while the other one does not. And her hips are in red, which is a different color. For Goofy, this one is wearing an orange vest and a patch on the front of his pants. And this molded headpiece with his hat actually appeared in two Mickey and Friends sets from 2021 and 2022. And finally, we have Chip and Dale. These two characters are wearing dark blue vests to represent the train waiters or train servers. Their headpieces themselves actually came in the second Disney minifigure series from 2019. And yet, the torso and legs themselves, very different compared to another version to match up their chipmunk body. Moving on to the builds, we have the train itself that can actually fit on the train tracks to make it motorizable. And the build for the train station is based on the real building that you find in Disneyland. But the one from Disney World's Magic Kingdom is very different. So let's take a look at the Disney train first. Fun fact, the whole vehicle measures about 31 inches long according to the dimensions. And each of the 4 different train cars have magnets on the sides in order to connect. Starting with the locomotive, this has a red cow catcher at the front that also appeared in the Toy Story 3 train set from 2010. But a couple of other Lego trains used it in black. The front of the smoke box door has a round tile of the number 1, which is a reference to C.K. Halliday for Disneyland Railroad and Walter E. Disney for the Walt Disney World Railroad. But that 1x1 round tile should have been printed instead of a sticker, which was a little tricky to line up. Above that, there's a light at the front that connects to the smokestack using a clip piece. Behind it is a bell and 2 steam domes. In front of the back wheels is a coupling rod made out of these Technic axle connectors. And this was before we got this new link piece with 3 holes that appeared in the Orient Express. Plus, there's a roof from the cab that can flip open, and you can't put Mickey inside while he's driving the train. Much like Steamboat Willie while he's driving a boat, get it? For the tender/coal car, this actually has a battery box that connects to a train motor part underneath as part of a powered up feature. And that requires 6 AAA batteries. I do like the design of the coal made out of these black Lego pieces that covers up the top. And this clip part can flip open to reveal a button in order to power up the train by using the Lego Powered Up app. And I'll show you how this works in a second. Here's a passenger car with panels only at the front for the steps. And on both sides, there's this blue and white striped pattern made out of these 1x2 tiles. Same with the roof, which is made out of these slope curved pieces and these teeth pieces underneath for the small flags, right? These can flip up, and we have seats for the minifigures sitting down so that they can enjoy the view while riding the train. And for the caboose, this has 2 different railing parts on both sides. One of the doors can open and close just like this. And we also have 2 small lights or lanterns hanging in the back. To see what's inside the caboose, you can't remove the roof, but you can easily remove a wall part. Inside, there's 3 seats, as well as a table that has a teapot, a cup, and a flower vase. Oh, and there's also an inverted round plate attached to the ceiling to represent a light. Okay, so in order to motorize the Lego Disney train, you just need to go to the Lego Powered Up app, turn on the battery box by pressing the button, and connect to Bluetooth by using your iPad or iPhone. And now that's connected, let's see how it works on the tracks. All I have to do is press the plus and minus buttons to the right of the screen. And look at that. That's how you accelerate the train. Very cool how I actually got a motorized Lego train in my house. What's interesting is that you can adjust the speed to make it go a little faster. Try not to go too fast simply because you don't want it to crash. Whoops! That was my bad. Sorry. So not only that you hear the chug 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 sound effect, but there's other sound effects where you can tap here to blow the whistle or ring the bell. And there's either an option if you want to play some music in the background. In between the plus and minus buttons, there's the stop button if you want to stop the train completely. Oh, and one last feature about this train is that instead of going forward, you can actually press the minus button instead of the plus button. And you can see that it actually goes backwards. Like, I don't remember seeing any real train that actually goes backwards instead of forwards. But I have to admit, this is actually funny. So that's it for the powered up features of the train. And now let's take a look at the station build. Like I said, this build is based on the Disneyland Railroad Station. The Lego build itself has an open back, and there are so many details on the inside and outside. At the front of the building, there's the platform made out of tiles and jumper pieces to put your minifigures on and wait for the train. Above the door, there's 5 stickers with that Disney Railroad logo up there and the Disney Station words right there. To the left is the population of 22 million people, but comparing that to the real version for Disneyland, it has 650 million people that showed up. And the elevation to the right is 138 bricks, but the station is actually 138 feet. Above the doors, you can see the windows, and right there is actually those round corner 3x3 plates as part of the roof building technique, I guess. And then near the top, there's these handcuff pieces in black to make it look like a hidden Mickeys or Mickey ears or something like that. And the brick wall itself for the exterior that I love actually uses a lot of dark red bricks and some light gray bricks. And by opening up one of the doors and turning the whole building around, you can see what's on the inside. On the first floor, there's a build for the bench to the right, as well as a trash can and this scale. There's a printed round tile for the clock on the wall, as well as 3 other tiles for stickers, including one which is a train poster right there, as well as this train picture right there, and underneath is a monorail photo. Also, there's the umbrellas in that crate in the corner, and we also have a chandelier hanging from the ceiling. That is actually made out of those clip pieces with a regular minifigure head underneath. To the left is the ticket counter, and over here we have not 1, but 2 micro train builds on display. This one on the second floor seems to be a prototype version, and then this one on the first floor is actually the final model of the train. On the second floor, there's a plant in the corner, and this transparent door can open up so that you can go onto the balcony. There's some curtains in front of the windows, as well as these bulletin boards in between. And on the floor are 3 stickered 2x4 tiles. I love the design of the Mickey Mouse rug, the pixelated, almost looks like a Christmas ugly sweater a little bit. To the right, there's these stairs that you can go into a small room, and inside there's this chair that can rotate on a jumper round piece. And then to the right is a cup on top of a table. Up in the attic, there's a hidden room, and inside there's a micro build of the 2016 Disney Castle set, which I already have. That's very cute. And it comes with the exact box that has a 2x3 printed tile at the front and a 2x3 plate at the back, which has no box art on the back. So that's very clever if you want to compare other sets between minifigure scale and micro scale. So anyways, wrapping up with the build here, you can see that there's a printed dish piece for the clock above the balcony, and on top of the roof, there are 2 stickered flags for the Disney logo and this Mickey Mouse symbol. And that is it for the entire set. For my final thoughts, this was by far one of the best LEGO trains ever made. I did enjoy motorizing the train by using the powered up app, especially the battery box connected to the coal car, which moves on its own. And heck, even train fans in the LEGO community still used the same motors to power up other trains like the Hogwarts Express. And of course, the train station is a perfect addition to your LEGO city, or it can be displayed in your LEGO Disney theme park area. So yeah, awesome set overall now that I finally have it, and the builds turned out really good. Let me know what you think about this set in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to BrickMeisterZ and turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on my future LEGO videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.